What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Look, got this bad boy in-house. It's the Sansco, well, it says M20, but we're just gonna say Sansco 2K dash cam. Online, it looks like a really good dash cam, and I can't wait to get into this box, so let's go ahead and do that. But before I do that, gotta get some housekeeping out of the way. First of all, it's got an Ambarella A7 chipset. Whatever that means, they felt the need to put it on here, so it must be a big deal. It actually is 2K. But it supports other formats as well. It's got a super wide view angle, 170 degrees. So I mean, like, you're getting the whole windshield here. Let me see, we got an IR filter, HDR, advanced G sensor, loop, motion detecting, 1-key recording. And I think that's all that's on this box, man. But to start the show, right on the front here, it says it has a 3-inch color LCD TFT display. A 3-inch display, that's freaking huge. Let's go ahead and open this thing up, man. Let's see what this big old display looks like. Open it up. I mean, hey, I didn't have accidents before. Fooled me twice. All right, let's open this thing up. So this is your little suction mount right here. Got some plastic on there. What is this? What is this? A bag of goodies. All right, we got some sticky pads. I got 2 sticky pads. Okay, so these mount onto, I can see that mounts onto your suction cup. This says GPS. It's a USB GPS. That's pretty cool. All right, so then we got this is your, man, this is a mini USB. Okay, so we don't see a lot of these no more, but my last dash cam had a mini USB. Not micro, but mini, so it's the weird looking one. So you might not want to lose this unless you got a few of them hanging around from the old school days. What else we got? Okay, this is your, man, it's a long cable. So this is your not cigarette lighter, but yeah, cigarette lighter. Your auxiliary input right here, your DC input. And on the other side, it's got that mini USB right there. I already have one of these hardwired into my car, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back into the bag. Put that right there. Yep. And then got a box. A get started guide. Let's fold that up, show it some respect. Let's put it right over here. Respectfully so, I'm gonna need them instructions. All right, and then inside the box, we got the dash cam. All right, let's open this thing up, get rid of this wrapper right here. Wow, okay. High quality build, man. I mean, first off, you put your hands on something, you already can tell build quality. Very sturdy. All right, so I'm wondering, okay, so this actually, no, this doesn't come off. I was wondering, because my other dash cam actually comes off of the mount itself. So you can actually leave the mount plugged up, but then you can take the dash cam off. The mount, well, you have the suction mount here, or you can actually put it, like, you can actually, this is what I might end up doing. You can, like, seriously attach this, like have this part glued, basically, not glued, but the 3M tape on your windshield, or the suction mount here, and then this little plate right here slides into it. Just like that, let me see. And it is, okay, it's stiff, it's in there. So you can slide it out just like that, or you can have it stuck to your windshield. If you don't feel like you're ever gonna move it, well, at least you got 2 chances here, 1 and 2. But then it'll actually swivel. So if it's on your windshield like this, it's stuck right here, it'll actually swivel as much as you need it to. That is literally 180 degrees of rotation right there, and it swivels left to right 90 degrees. So you got plenty of articulation in this thing. The only thing that I could say I actually would want out of this is for it to actually detach from the mount by itself, but that's not an option here. You do have, I see a little GPS Wi-Fi thing right here. Okay, that's where your GPS goes into. I'm glad this actually comes with it. Some dash cams, they don't come with GPS built in. It's another attachment you gotta buy, so I'm glad this one actually comes in there. And it's actually pretty low key, I mean, considering it's right next to the mount. So if you got it mounted to your windshield, let's say this is your windshield right here, and I'll show you this in the car in a minute, but let's say that's your windshield. It's actually mounted on there, so you really don't even see it because it's right in line with the mount. Let's take that out before I pop it off by accident. Then right here, you got your DC in for your power. And then let's see, let's take a look around the camera. So you got this big old camera lens in the front. facing the outside. Let me leave that cover on there for now. I see, looks like 2 speakers right here, probably, most likely. And then on the side here, we got a flap, we got a HDMI and another USB. So I guess you can power this thing 2 ways, or you can plug it into the computer to get the video off of it 2 different ways. Which brings me back to detaching it. So if you hardwired this thing and left it in your car, it would be nice to just pop this out. I wonder if you can. No, you can't. You can just pop this out, and then, you know, since you got a USB right there, it would just make sense. It's all good though. Wow, okay, so you got a reset button right here underneath it, and then you got an SD card slot right there with no SD card, and then a power button on the left-hand side of it. If you're facing from the rear, you got your power button on the left, and you got an OK button, and then you got a menu button. You know what, let's just power this thing on. Let's see. Yeah, let's power it on. All right, so let's see if it has some power. Welcome. That screen is huge. Oh, I don't want to take the cover off of it just yet. All right, the battery's fully charged. You see how big that screen is, man? Man, that's like a old phone like size screen. It's like the first iPhone size screen right there. That is huge for a dash cam. All right, I hope it doesn't keep making that sound. It's telling me that there's no SD card in there, but the screen resolution is actually really good. I'm sitting here looking at the camera, looking at me, looking at you, whatever. But this noise is getting on my nerves. But let's run through some features real quick. All right, so video resolution. Some of y'all gonna wanna hear about this. So let's go ahead and tap into that. We got, wow, okay, so the highest resolution looks like 2560 by 1080. I think that's the 2K. And then you got 2304 by 1296. Maybe that's 2K, I'm not sure. And then you got the 1920 by 1080. And then you got HDR 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second. And then you got the 1280 by 720 60p. So those are your video settings. Let me put it on what it came with, which was the 2304 by 1296 at 30p, 16 by 9 ratio. Let's see what else we got in here. We got image quality. We got all kinds of settings, man. Your standard settings, but I think the most impressive thing for me right now is the screen and the ease of use. These buttons are huge and they're easy to toggle. So if you just, tap on them just like that, they're just easy to find. Because, you know, when you're driving and stuff, it's really hard to, you know, try to focus on the road and maybe hit the record button or something like that. So I like that these buttons are so big and they're so ergonomically placed on this thing. But since I got this thing powered up, let me throw in an SD card, take a trip around the block so I can show you some video quality in the daytime and the nighttime. And you'll also get to hear the sound quality too, because it also records sound. So right now we're capturing some footage and getting some audio from the camera in the daylight. Hope it comes out good, because I really like the camera. The screen is actually humongous. I'm really impressed with the resolution of the screen here. It's clear. It's very, very clear. So once you get this thing all set up to your liking, whether you got the GPS plugged in, timestamps and all that stuff, like the time itself, it's actually pretty easy to set up. It has motion detection and speed detection, so it can tell you how fast you're going. I mean, let's say you get into a jam and you get a speeding ticket, right? But you know you wasn't speeding. You have it on the dash cam right here with your GPS and everything, and with your speed recorded at the time of the incident. So you could actually battle your ticket in court if need be. Maybe the cop, you know, he had the radar on somebody else and he thought it was you. Anyways, this can get you out of a jam, out of a ticket. I mean, if you're actually doing the right thing. Dash cams are used for all kinds of reasons, man. You know, people like to record them when they're racing and stuff like that. I like to think of it as a safeguard, you know, just in case, you know, something happens to your car at night or when you leave it in the parking lot unattended, because it does have a G sensor in it, so it can detect, you know, whether there was a crash or something like that. And also, you know, if things happen in your car, maybe you're getting pulled over, you know, the officer ain't acting right, and maybe you need to go to court and battle it out. You know, you got your stuff recorded right here. At least you got your audio and what's going on in the front of your car. I really like this one. I especially like this screen size. I am tripping out over the screen size, and I love the fact that you can just plug an HDMI in here and it's kind of a plug and go. You don't have to offload the file. You can actually just plug and play right to a screen from this bad boy. That is super cool. But I ain't claiming to be an expert in this kind of stuff, but I am gonna ride out with this thing in my windshield for a little while, maybe compare it to my other one to see which one's gonna stay in there, and I'll give the wife the other one. So, because you know, we got the same cars. We actually have matching cars, but we both do not have dash cams. So one of us is getting this bad boy. We'll see who it is. I really like this one, so this one might stay with me. Anyways, man, I'm out of here. Before y'all get out of here, y'all go ahead and make sure y'all tap on that like button, smash on that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all at the next one.